Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's daily news time once again, and we've got tons to talk about today. The transfer window reopens in 2 days' time. This is not a drill. It really reopens in 2 days' time. We're going to be talking Lanzini, we're going to be talking Emre Can, we're going to be talking Fekir, we're going to be talking about Madrid and their fitness boost, I suppose, ahead of the Champions League final. Jurgen Klopp on transfers, and finally one that broke just as we were going live. Donnarumma. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. We're going to start with the Mirror, as Liverpool apparently are still keen on Manuel Lanzini, or Manuel. It's Manuel Lanzini, I think, isn't it? Okay, so I can see in the comments, I've been having a little look in the comments before we started and stuff, there seems to be a bit of a split opinion on Manuel Lanzini and stuff, and you know, the Mirror is saying that Klopp's eyeing him as a Coutinho replacement. Now, I actually like Lanzini as a player. I think he could really fit in and improve at Liverpool. I think, you know, he's probably underrated because he plays for West Ham United in a David Moyes side, not known for freeing up the creative midfielder, are they? Let's be honest. Whenever I've seen him play, looks tidy on the ball. Looks like he's got an eye for a good pass and stuff like that. Now, with Adam Lallana hitting 30 just a few days ago, and his injury problems that he's had over the last season, I see him as a perfect fit for maybe someone like the Adam Lallana member of our squad. I think, you know, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the centre of midfield, who likes to run with the ball at his feet and break and transition from midfield to attack with the ball at his feet, is a very different player to someone like a Lanzini or an Adam Lallana, who will pick up pockets of space and look to spread the ball around, bring other players into play. So you've got to have different types of midfielders for different situations, don't you? I think against the low block side, I think I like an Adam Lallana, Lanzini type could be a good fit for this Liverpool side. I think a side who have a lot of space between the midfield and the defence, probably a possession-based side like we've seen with Manchester City. When they're piling on the pressure, someone like an Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's very good to transition you out of midfield and into attack. Probably a little bit better than somebody maybe like an Adam Lallana or a Lanzini. Now, I really like him as a player. I really do. And if Liverpool were to sign Lanzini, I'd be absolutely made up with that. I think one thing that I would want, though, is I would still want a winger or a forward to be brought into the club to back up Salah, Mane, and possibly Roberto Firmino as well. I think Liverpool are going to make moves in the transfer market this summer. I think we're going to get our business done quite early, probably before the World Cup, because that's what Jurgen Klopp likes to do. And if Jurgen Klopp wants to put his faith into Manuel Lanzini, then I would be 100% behind that, because I do feel like there is a place in the squad for a player of that mould. And I'm not saying that Adam Lallana's career is over. I'm really not. I think he's a fantastic footballer, but with his injury problems and the fact that he is 30 years old now, I think you do have to kind of plan for the future, and having someone who's a similar style of player maybe to Lallana would be a good fit for Liverpool. We'll get to some of the comments later on though. Okay, so we're back on calciomercato.com, and they're saying Juventus are going to sign Emre Can very, very soon. So this came out this morning. Juventus will soon confirm the signing of Emre Can, as reports in Italy claim the Germany international has agreed to move to Turin as a free agent at the end of the season. Now, I would be very surprised if Juventus confirmed the signing before the Champions League final. I really would. I'd be a little bit shocked. I think, you know, everything probably from Liverpool-wise is going to be focused on that Champions League final. And I don't see that we'll have any incomings or outgoings before that, because I just don't feel like you want to upset the apple cart. And I'm not saying that it would, but there's a potential for it, both incomings and outgoings. I mean, you know, you sign someone, let's say on a limb, you sign Ndidi, right? And yeah, Jordan Henderson's your starting midfielder in the Champions League final, but you've signed someone to play that 6. That could cause upset, and it might affect the performance of someone like a Jordan Henderson, because let's remember, although football's a physical game, it's very much a mental game as well. So I'd be really shocked if anything happened with Can before the Champions League final, but it would not shock me if Emre Can moved to Juventus. I think, you know, I think he'd have signed for Liverpool by now if he was going to, whether they win the European Cup or not. I don't believe he believes he's going to be a central sort of cog in the Liverpool machine next season, with the sign of Naby Keita, with the fact that Jordan Henderson's the captain of the football club and stuff like that. I think he'll be a big miss. I think we've seen Can really step it up this season before his back injury. I thought he was incredible over that December-January period. when Henderson was injured, when we needed him to play every minute of almost every game, he stepped up big time and he was a great influence on the side, and he will be sorely missed. And, you know, I never thought I'd really say that, but I have, and I do, and I will. Okay, so Nabil Fekir. I think, you know, there was a news story last week saying, you know, talks are ongoing between the two sides. Leon looking to maybe offload him. Liverpool are obviously interested in him. Now, according to James Pearce, this is on the Team Talk website, but they do cite the Liverpool Echo. So according to the Liverpool Echo, negotiations between the two clubs are yet to begin in earnest, with Liverpool's current attention focused on the Champions League final. Oh, that's kind of just what it said, isn't it? However, the Echo writes, Klopp and his team of scouts have kept a close eye on Fekir and are keen on adding the player to their ranks this summer as they seek a long-term replacement for Felipe Coutinho. So, yeah, there we go. I think it looks like all signs are pointing that Liverpool are very, very interested in Nabil Fekir, whether it comes to fruition that we sign his younger brother as well, which the reports from last week or the week before, I think it was, suggested might be the case. Who knows? But this is a guy that's clearly an absolute playmaker and someone that I think Liverpool should probably look to sign. Although I am also coming round to the Zaha stuff as well. I think, you know, I don't think there's any concrete rumours about Wilfried Zaha, but excuse me, I haven't seen his form over the last couple of months. You know, seen him up close and personal at Crystal Palace away and stuff like that. I think, you know, he's a guy who can play across all of the front three, and he's very, very good with the ball at his feet. He's got a hell of a shot. He likes to get forwards. He could be someone that comes into Liverpool and, you know, hopefully hates Manchester United now. And I wouldn't be shocked if Liverpool were to move for somebody like him as well. And the fact that he's got that Premier League experience that so many clubs want in new signings, that could be interesting. But again, no rumours around the Zaha stuff. That's just me talking. On to Real Madrid. They've had a little bit of a boost ahead of the Champions League final. It's now 11 days, I believe, till the Champions League final. And according to 101 great goals, Carvajal and Cristiano Ronaldo are back in training, and they're probably going to play in the Villarreal game at the weekend. And I think Real Madrid, picked up a huge victory at the weekend. If I remember correctly, I think it was like 6-0 or something like that. They looked in great form. Bale getting a couple of goals, and I think he scored 14 so far this season. And they're hitting form at the right time, but then equally Liverpool hit form against Brighton, didn't they? And smashed 4 goals in there. So it's gonna be mental, isn't it? The Champions League final. We're gonna be bringing so much preview to that game. It's unbelievable. We've got so much lined up already. It's gonna be a really exciting week next week for Liverpool fans and for Redmen TV subscribers on YouTube. So yeah, there we go. Let's have a little look about the Cristiano Ronaldo stuff. Isco returned to action in the 6-0 win over Celta Vigo as well. Ronaldo back in training on Tuesday. So Madrid are going to have expected to have a full complement of players available. Dani Carvajal expected to return as well. So I think, was it Vasquez they ended up playing right back randomly enough the other week? Don't think that's going to happen. 101 great goals. I've actually put a predicted 11 out as well. Look at that. Carvajal, Ramos, Varane, Marcelo, Casemiro, Modric, Cruz, Isco, Benzema and Ronaldo. I'd be surprised if they lined up in a diamond formation, but, you know, we'll see more of that next week as well, won't we? Klopp gives cagey answer when asked about Liverpool transfers. So the quote's right down at the bottom here. Klopp has been linked with Benfica star Alex Grimaldo, Monday's Euro paper top. When asked who he expects to sign, the German gave Sky Sports a cagey response. For sure, we will do what you can imagine. We need more players here and there. But I am still a big believer in developing a team, and these boys made a big step, and I'm sure they will take another step. So as much as Klopp knows that we need more bodies in and around the squad for an assault on the Premier League and hopefully to retain the Champions League next season, as long as fight for the domestic cups, Klopp at his heart wants to develop the players who are already at the club. That's why there's big noise around Brewster and his contract situation, stuff like that coming out of the club at the moment. It's why the likes of Dom Solanke will probably be given more game time next season, and, you know, why you'll hopefully see a step up in performance from the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold, maybe Joe Gomez as well. So we might not see as many transfers as we think, but I do think the transfers that we make are going to be significant improvements to the first 11, because I think that's just the way the Klopp works. But he will improve players as well. This isn't the height. If we were to sign no one, this season isn't the best that we'll see from these players, is what I'm saying. Klopp will make those players better, and if we were to sign no one, which I don't think we're going to do, our team will be better next season than this season, because Klopp is a great coach. He's got a great backroom staff, with or without Buvac. Okay, final one. It popped up, and it's absolutely a rumour at this moment in time. You know, this is the only place that I've seen reporting it. Liverpool considering a £60 million move for AC goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma. Now, here's a player that's absolutely brilliant. Is he 19-year-old keeper for AC Milan? He's seen as a bit of a shining light in AC Milan. I think he's been on everyone's radar now for about 18 months or so, a keeper that I would love us to sign. I know we were doing some stuff last season, in the off-season, about goalkeepers, and he was the guy that I wanted Liverpool to sign. Now, it could be, and it says in this article actually that, here we go, a combination of Pepe Reina going to be signed. It says already having been signed for next season. I'm not sure that's actually fact. And the Italian giants having to fulfil financial fair play criteria could lead to a sale. I'll be honest, I don't think Liverpool are going to sign a number one goalkeeper this summer. I think Luis Karius has done enough that he'll be given the starting job at the first day of the Premier League season next season. But, you know, if rumours are to believe, he could be interested in signing maybe a backup keeper to really push Luis Karius. Or I wonder whether Danny Ward's going to be that number two next season. I can't imagine that Simon Mignolet is going to stick around once again, but you never know, do you? Si, have you got anything on the Lanzini stuff first and foremost for us?
Yeah, so the Lanzini stuff, divided opinion really. Tom Lacey said I wouldn't pay the money for Lanzini, and then Much said if we aspire to win titles and compete in Europe consistently, then we need to buy players from the Gucci tier and not the Lidl tier.
Okay, but we are aspiring to win titles this season, and last season we signed Andy Robertson from Hull. To be fair to you, mate, it's about the right fit and the right player for this squad and this group of players, isn't it? And you know, Jurgen Klopp's been a master at this throughout his entire career. I mean, just getting the best out of players. I mean, who really thought Roberto Firmino was going to turn into the player that he's turned into when we signed him, you know, as an attacking midfielder from Germany and stuff. And, you know, I get what you're saying, but I think Lanzini's the best player in a bad squad, and I don't think that squad and that team really plays to his strengths anymore. It's arguable that maybe they did under Slaven Bilic, but not now, not under Moyes.
There was a couple of people who said they quite like him. So Brian McMahon said Lanzini's fine if we spend under 20 million on him, but only if we bring in Fekir and Pulisic as well. I agree with that, to be honest. I don't think if we're bringing someone to be that backup to the front three, I'd want someone a bit better than Lanzini,
I don't see him as a backup to the front three.
Yeah.
I see him as a midfielder. Yeah. First and foremost, like, you know what I mean? I don't think he'd be a right winger or a left winger for Liverpool Football Club. It's not a position he's played for West Ham. I can't imagine that if we signed him, we'd bring him into that squad and put him in an unfamiliar position like that. I do think it would be as one of the eights, I suppose. Whether he has the ability to do that, I think he does. But listen, it's a game of opinions, isn't it? You know, how many times I've been wrong over the years, and the handful of times I've been right about players. I would say, you know, just looking at last season, probably not many people thought Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was going to be the player that he kind of turned into towards the end of the season. Nobody really got behind the Robertson signing, and look what he was able to do. So Klopp has got form for being able to make players and make fans believe in players. Okay, so we got one on the Emre Can stuff, mate?
Yeah, so Tom Lacey said he's mad going. Matty Rose says, I don't get why he wants to go to an aging Juventus squad when we are young and an improving squad.
Yeah, I must admit, I completely agree with you there. And, you know, he's been here for a few years now, and he's still not one of the first names on the team sheet, is he? So from a purely selfish point of view, maybe he thinks that he deserves that. Maybe he wants to be the guy that a team is built around. I think Juventus have now won 7 Scudettos on the bounce. You know, he's almost, yeah, they've been run hard this season. But the likelihood is he'd be playing for a great manager in Allegri, just like he'd be playing for a great manager here, who maybe wants him to be one of those first names on the team sheet. Juventus are always going to challenge in Europe. You know, they've got to the final 2 of the last 3 years, semi-final stage again this season. I'd imagine to be there or thereabouts. They were really unlucky to go out to Real Madrid in the end, although it probably was a penalty. the way that they showed that fight back to get back into that game and have a chance and, you know, beat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu and stuff, you can understand. I could understand why you'd want to go to Juventus. I really could, because Juventus are a great club. They've got a storied history just like Liverpool. But equally, I'm a Liverpool fan, and I must admit I agree with you more in that, look at what's going on here. You're part of something special. We're building towards being one of those dominant sides, I believe, in European and domestic football. So I wouldn't want to swap that for the world, but I can understand, you know, someone who maybe doesn't have that love for the club, who's been there for a few years now and hasn't really seen us kick on and win trophies, would maybe want to go and guarantee himself some trophies somewhere else for another big club. Fekir, I imagine a lot of people's side would like this one.
Yeah, I think people in general are just saying, yeah, I don't think there was any specific comments that I got about him, but I think everyone knows that he's a quality player, don't they? I think
Madrid? Got anything on Madrid?
Not really, no.
Really?
There was quite a few things about Donnarumma.
Okay, let's go with Donnarumma then.
So Mr. Heinstein says, I wouldn't take Donnarumma, and Natural Red says Donnarumma's made so many mistakes recently. I'll be honest, I don't watch an awful lot of Italian football. I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard, he's a good player. I haven't seen any of these mistakes that he's made.
Yeah, no, I must admit, I've not seen any of the recent stuff. I did a lot of research on him at the end of last season, and I was watching Serie A for the first few months. It's kind of fallen off the wagon as Liverpool started to play 2 games a week, and you know, you get that saturation point with football sometimes, don't you? So I will cede to your better knowledge on that one, lads and lasses. If Donnarumma's been starting to make some mistakes, I'll do a little bit more research myself. I'll have a little look at it. But again, from the research that I did last summer, I thought he was absolutely outstanding, and it will continue to grow and probably become one of those best goalkeepers in the world type of figures. Obviously, he's a young lad. He's 19 years old. You do expect to see mistakes from young goalkeepers, so do bear that in mind. Any of our YouTube scouts out there, go and have a look at him. Do. Callum Young, I met Andy Robertson. Boys, come on, shout it out. There you go, Callum. You got your little shout out there. Well done. Chris, any news on the club releasing more tickets for the screening, says Lee Rushworth Clays. I don't know at the moment. I think I was told the other day by someone that they've opened the main stand and the cop.
It's the lower tier of the main stand.
The lower tier of the main stands. And they didn't quite fill the cop last time, did they? Am I right in saying it didn't go all the way to the back, did it? It go only to 205.
They sold out all the tickets that they wanted to sell. They left that space for some reason. But I saw a picture yesterday of it was the Bernabeu when Real Madrid were playing in a final or something, and the Bernabeu was full and they had a big circle with screens all around. It looked absolutely fantastic. So if Anfield was to open the full stadium and have that full stadium singing with screens in the middle.
Tom said to us the other day, like Tom went, obviously we were in Rome for the semi-final second night, but Tom went and he said it was one of the best atmospheres he's ever been in at Anfield, like, and he's been in some big games at Anfield, and you know, there's just no better place to watch football, and I've never watched Liverpool on a big screen at Anfield, so I can't talk from experience, but being with your brethren, being with Liverpool fans, singing those songs in the cop, I can't imagine there's many better places. The main stand, maybe there's better places to watch it than the main stand.
The novelty of having a beer in the cop as well.
That would be lovely. Having a beer in the cop would be absolutely fantastic. Jake, shout out. Done. Sean O'Brien, he's 19, he's very good. Keepers don't peak until they get a lot older, says Sean O'Brien on Donnarumma. Sam Atkins says, Chris, can I have a look for my biology exam, lads? Good luck, Sam, for your biology exam. And here's a little pointer. Don't be watching us in school if you want good luck for your biology exams, lad. Come on. Is Harry Wilson worth a go next season, says Andrew Charalambos. I think he is. I think he's had another great season, hasn't he? I would absolutely get him in and around the first team. I don't know why he hasn't already. He seems like he's been on fire for a couple of years now. It's mad, isn't it? I can't read that one. Dead ack. If we get a defensive mid and Alderweireld, honestly, I'd quit my job to go to every Liverpool game and just write Ale on my notice, says RJOC. I would love Alderweireld. I know he's aging now. I think he's 29, maybe pushing 30, something like that. I mean, that centre-back partnership would be absolutely incredible, wouldn't it, with Virgil van Dijk? But again, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't sign someone and he just kept loving, you know, and it would annoy me. It really would, but it wouldn't surprise me. John's just got back in touch and says his biology isn't until the 19th of June. Bloody hell, lads, I've wished you luck a bit early there, haven't I? Pearson Hagios said, I told you, Lanzini, ages ago. Good one. Koulibaly and Van Dijk would win us the World Cup, said Angie Thatcher. That's absolutely brilliant. So there you go. That has been the Daily News Show for today. Thank you for everybody who's got involved in the comments. Thank you for everybody who watches the Redmen TV this season. One game to go, one big game to go. We'll be here throughout the summer, though, of course, with all your transfer news, rumours, breaking news, all of it. Don't forget to check out the redmentv.com as well. We've got so much content coming up. It's unbelievable. Review shows for the Premier League. There'll be review shows for the entire season. Preview shows for the transfer window. I mean, we've got so much stuff going on there. If you haven't already given the redmentv.com a try, please do. It's £5 a month. You can get everything we do in video form and in podcast form if that is your bag as well.
Can I just give a plug for something I'm doing as well? Yeah. I'm doing a Road to Kiev video, so I've got all of our Redmen videos from throughout the season, so it's build-ups, it's the coach welcoming, it's goal reactions, it's fan cams of all the Champions League games, and we've got interviews and stuff talking about their thoughts and their experience and games. Going to be putting it together like a big hour-long documentary. I'm really enjoying making it, so that's going to be out on the redmentv.com in the next week, so that's worth joining.
Your eyes peeled. The last documentary that I did was the Ball Street documentary about why football fans don't buy the rag, essentially. So if you've seen that Ball Street documentary, give you a little taster of just how good size eye is for this type of stuff. And, you know, honestly, it's something that's so close to size heart as it is for every one of us Liverpool fans. It's almost unmissable. Anyway, I've been Chris Pajak. That's been the Redmen TV. We've all done the Daily News Show together. I thank you and I bid you